All rise. Support Court with Judge Van Der Bee is now in session. Judge, this is case number JVB1073, Ellison case.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
You all may be seated. Okay, Miss Ellison?
Yes.
You brought this case before the court. What's going on?
Well, I'm divorced from the person that didn't show up.
I see that.
Yes, and I'm here to ask the court for more spousal support. I've went part-time on my job. I'm no longer working full-time. I've lost money. And the man's done nothing but cause me trouble since we've been divorced. He does all kinds of crazy stuff.
Okay.
And I deserve more money with all this harassment. Plus, I want a restraining order against him. This has to stop. My nerves are on edge. Can't take much more of it. But I think $100 a week.
Get ready. We're heading into a heated courtroom battle. Miss Ellison, who's been facing financial struggles since her divorce, is back in court asking for more spousal support. Her ex-husband, a wealthy CEO, isn't exactly rushing to help, and is not even present in the courtroom today. As she makes her case, tensions rise and emotions run deep. The big question: will the court grant her the help she's asking for, or will her request be denied? Stick around. This case is about to get intense.
Would be fair with all the, the headaches he's given me and everything like that.
You think it'll be fair?
Yes, I've left him alone. I don't go around him. As him doing the harassing.
Okay. How long ago did you all get divorced?
It's been almost 2 years now.
Okay.
He just won't let go.
What is he doing to harass you?
Like 3 or 4 o'clock in the morning, he drives around the house blowing his horn at all hours of the morning. He comes down to my work unannounced, goes right into where I'm working at and wants to argue with me in front of coworkers. I mean, I could be fired for that. I mean,
Have
it's
you
totally
ever
ridiculous.
tried to call the police on him?
Well, by the time they get there, he's gone.
Okay.
Yeah, they've never caught him actually doing anything.
Okay.
He knows not to get caught, but I need a restraining order. That's the only thing that's really going to, I think, keep him away from me.
Okay.
And he found
well,
out
I don't do restraining orders in this court. You can go to another court and definitely request a restraining order. And I believe that's something you can do at your local police department too.
Okay, well, thank you. I didn't know that.
Now this is where the tension really starts to rise. Miss Ellison is asking the court for an extra $100 a week in spousal support. She says her income has dropped, she's only working part-time, and money's been tight. But there's a complication: she's not exactly broke. She still has a place to live, her car is fully paid off, and she's not dealing with any major debts. Her living costs haven't changed much since the divorce. What really stands out, though, is that her ex-husband keeps getting annual raises. He's earning more each year while she's struggling to stay afloat. Still, the judge doesn't seem moved by her emotional argument. It makes you wonder, could there be more going on behind the scenes that we're not being told?
If you qualify, obviously, for an increase in spousal maintenance, that is something that I can entertain. So let's talk about that. You said you believe $100, an extra $100 a week is fair.
Yes.
Why do you believe that's fair?
Well, like I said, my wages have went down. I'm only working part-time now. We're doing layoffs and things like that. So
you said your wages?
Yeah, my wages.
Okay.
Are going down, and his are going up because he still gets those 2 raises every year. He's been with that company forever. And he makes good money. I don't make half of what he's making. And it's been really tough. I raised his children. I entertained his friends. I kept the house clean. I did everything that a good wife does. I think I deserve that extra $100 a week, and he can certainly afford it.
What does he do for a living?
He's a CEO for an oil company.
Okay.
Yeah. Makes really good money, bonuses and all that stuff. I mean, he's just raking it in.
How much is your spousal maintenance right now?
The spousal maintenance, it's about $325 a week, maybe.
Okay.
He doesn't pay on time either. It's not always on time. So he is late on that. I think that should be a penalty right there. He shouldn't be late.
Okay. What type of expenses do you have?
Well, I have rent. I'm still making the payments on the house. We, before we got divorced, we had it redecorated. Carpet paneling on the outside, siding on the outside, all kinds of different things were added to it. And I'm making the payments on that still. I still got another 5 years for all those payments to be paid off. And then, I got food. My car's paid off, but, gasoline's expensive, the upkeep of the car, things like that, electric bills, water, everything like that. Not to mention entertainment. I mean, you can't expect me to sit around the house and watch TV all the time. I mean, I go out from time to time, you know, that takes money.
Now, when you all were divorced 2 years ago, outside.
As we dig further into the case, the tension keeps rising. Miss Ellison describes a tough situation, low wages, high gas prices, and the costs of maintaining her home. But things take a turn when we learn she walked away from the divorce with a significant sum, about $250,000 from her ex-husband's 401k. With that kind of money, it's harder to make the case that she's in urgent need of more support. The judge doesn't let it slide. He points out that if everyone came back to court every time their ex got a raise, the system would be overwhelmed. It's a harsh reality check, and it raises the question, is Miss Ellison's financial situation as difficult as she says?
Were you awarded the home?
Yes, I was awarded the home. And he fought me on that, but I won it.
Okay. So you were awarded the home. You don't have a lot of payments left on it.
No.
So I guess I'm confused as to why you're here, because you haven't said anything that will warrant an increase in your maintenance.
Well, I went down on hours from work. I mean, that's a financial burden.
Well,
And-
okay, so you went down on
my
hours.
boss did. My boss did. I didn't do it. My boss made me take less hours.
Right, but nothing has really changed with a lot of your expenses. You said you don't have a car note. You have a little bit left on your home to pay off. Sounds like you're mainly paying utilities and then a mortgage.
And the insurance for the car. I mean, the insurance is always expensive. Gasoline prices always going up.
Right, but you had those expenses at the time that you were divorced, correct?
Yes.
When you all were divorced, did he have a 401k in existence? And this is Texas, which is a community property state. So I'm assuming you at least got 50% of that.
Yes, I did, but
Yes,
I don't think
no,
that
ma'am.
should be taken into consideration.
No, ma'am. It was taken into consideration the first time you received spousal maintenance. You can't have me take it into consideration again. That's not fair, and it's definitely not the law.
His 2 raises every year. I don't get raises. My job's a very poor paying job. I'm uneducated. I mean, I'm gonna, you know, my age, I'm not gonna find much now. I have to stay where I'm at. I feel like I'm trapped in this life.
And Miss Ellison, I feel like you came here to waste my time because I cannot.
This is where the real drama unfolds. Miss Ellison's main argument is that her ex-husband's yearly raises mean she should get more spousal support. But what often gets left out is that she already received half of his 401k during the divorce, a sizable payout. The judge doesn't hesitate to shut the argument down. He notes that her expenses haven't gone up since the divorce. In fact, they've actually gone down. Then comes a key moment. The judge says, if that were the standard, everyone would be back in court asking for more. It's a sharp reminder that court decisions are based on facts and legal grounds, not emotions. So, it begs the question, if your situation hasn't really changed, is it fair to expect more money?
And spousal maintenance, just
$50
because
a
you're
week?
asking for it. No, ma'am.
25?
Even $5. The answer is no. So is there anything else that you needed from me here today? Because I cannot grant you spousal maintenance just because he's made an increase from his wages.
Well,
If that were the standard, then everyone would come in court asking for an increase.
people need it.
And here comes the final decision. After some back and forth, the judge shuts the case down, clearly stating that Miss Ellison doesn't qualify for more spousal support. Her argument, that her ex-husband's raises should count, just doesn't hold up in the court's eyes. In the end, she walks away empty-handed, with only a reminder that when it comes to spousal support, financial facts carry more weight than emotional struggles. It's a tough moment, especially for anyone who's ever felt let down by the outcome of a divorce. But here's the real question. Should the court have shown more understanding, or was Miss Ellison simply asking for more than what was fair?
And on their own, I mean, that's hard.
Let me ask you this question. When you all were divorced and you received half of his 401k, how much was that?
That was a nice piece.
Okay, what's a nice piece? Give me a number.
About $250,000.
Okay, well, you know what? If there's nothing further, your case is dismissed and so are you. Thank you.
The case may be closed, but there's still a lot to think about. Miss Ellison made an emotional plea, but in the end, it didn't hold up. She couldn't prove any major changes in her financial situation. The judge's decision to deny her more support is a clear reminder. In court, Facts matter more than feelings. If this case caught you off guard like it did us, don't forget to like, share your thoughts in the comments, and hit that subscribe button for more real-life courtroom moments that keep you on the edge of your seat.
Judge Von der Bee, I wanted to go over what you all witnessed in the Ellison case. So ex-wife in this case, she was wanting an increase in her spousal maintenance. Well, if you're going to come to court and ask for an increase in spousal maintenance, there are a number of things that you have to show. If you remember, we talked previously about spousal maintenance and the things that you needed to show in terms of the factors to even qualify. It works the same way when you're asking for a modification of that. What do you all hear? She was talking about her job, cut her wages, cut the time that she would have to be at work, although husband made this money, but nothing really changed in terms of her expenses. Her expenses actually decreased because she inherited a lot of money when she and her ex-husband divorced. Therefore, she didn't qualify for an increase in a modification of her spousal support, which is why her case was dismissed.